I'm a great fan of Mahabharata, particularly one important chapter called as the Shanti Parva. In this chapter, the Pandava king Yudhishthira goes to Bhishma, who is on his deathbed, and he asks him countless amount of questions. And Bhishma, with all his deep wisdom, answers it in an impeccable way. One of the most important questions Bhishma asks is, Pitamaha or grandsire, what is the reason for the pain in people? And Pitamaha Bhishma says that, son, people are often unhappy not because they have a problem in their life, it's because they cannot see others' happiness. And the saddest part is that the others are so busy trying to pretend what they don't have, that most people construe their pretension to be the fact, and that's why the whole world is unhappy. If you want to be happy, son, Bhishma says, then let go of the comparison. Just because someone has something doesn't need to make you unhappy. Because if you have something, then you must know that what brings you happiness will also bring you pain, and what brings pain will eventually bring happiness. This is a stupendous wisdom, and you need to be evolved enough to understand what it is. Let me try to explain this with a nice story, which also comes in the Shanti Parva, or which is also known as the Bhishma Gita. Here, there is a story about an individual who used to do odd jobs here and there, and he would earn a decent money. He was content with his life. He was happy with whatever he was getting, and every night he used to sleep outside an inn. One day it so happened that he observed two beggars talking about where they can earn money. And suddenly this guy realized that he could earn more money by simply changing his profession. Instead of all the menial jobs, he will go and get something to beg. So he identified places like temples, social areas where he could beg, and he even perfected his art how he could swindle more money out of them by begging. A couple of months passed by, and yet he was somehow not feeling that good. And it was then that he observed from distance two thieves who were distributing their theft. And he realized that these thieves are making more money than he could make out of begging for a year. So he decided to be a thief. He did some 4 5 theft. Eventually, he was caught. Then he was put into the prison. And when he came out of the prison, he wanted to go back to begging. But now he was a thief, so nobody would give him anything to beg. He couldn't even go and earn a decent, dignified living by doing all the menial jobs. So he decided to leave the city, and he had to go very far where nobody knew him and start a life afresh. There again, he got some menial job, and when he earned the honest money and he brought some food to cook and he was eating, he said, this is the real happiness of hard work and dignity. If you are comparing your life with others, there is no end to it. There is always someone who is supposed to have a better life than you. That better life may be actually be better, or maybe mostly pretension today. When you watch all those reels and saying that people making crores of rupees on reels, just try to use a bit of your common sense and see if they actually make that kind of money. See if how what people claim to be theirs is theirs. You can never tell who is rich or poor. If you think you can tell a person is rich by the car he drives, then the car may never be his, or maybe hypothecated to a bank. If you think a person is rich because of the clothes he wears, the clothes may be brought from a money that is borrowed or lended. How do you know someone is rich? If you have wealth, then it should give you peace of mind. And here is the important aspect. To be happy, you need to be contented with what you have. And if you want something, still need to keep that contented mind. Observe the things that you have and work for things that you don't have. But by mindlessly comparing you with others and trying to run behind things all the time will never get you happiness. Worse, it creates a disturbed mind, which then afflicts your body with all the diseases. So, mind you, learn to be content and appreciate what you have. And whatever you don't have, with that calm mind, assessing the resources or whatever things you have, you work for things you do not have. This is the nicest way to live a contented and a blissful life. I hope this helps. Until next time, pranam and namaste.